This is the Above It All program. I don't know what I'm doing here. Hi, Max. Are you being a dog? Oh, boy. We got a dog situation going on currently. Apparently, my webcam is not functioning. I'm going to have to plug this fucking fucker back in. Give me a goddamn... What the hell? What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay. Alright. Testing! 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 Hello? Hello? This is goddamn dog. Hello everyone, welcome to the Above It All program. This is ostensibly a news show. This is how I market myself, as a news show user on the show. But doing a program today, this is the Above It All show 1000. $831 of the Above It All program. So, I'm here to do a show. Yesterday was a little bit of a long one. I don't know if I'm going to go that long today. I mean, yesterday I had the help of talking about Elon to go that long, and boy howdy, there's a lot to say. Today, I've decided, I made a decision, and you all can, you can nope out, or you can nope in. What's the opposite of nope out? Like yeppin? That doesn't sound as good. Yeppin. You know, it sounds like it's like some fucking pharmaceutical. Did you take your yeppins? Anyway, I've decided I'm going to wade into some YouTube discourse today. And so, I'm going to be jumping into that a little bit later. But we got to talk about some news before we jump in on the cash cow. So, I guess, I'll do that. I'd like to say hello, everyone, to the program. We got Ben, we got Andrew Kohler, we got Soul Ife, emphasis on Ife, we got Glam Girl Adel, and more showing up today for the program. So welcome, welcome. I've got news, everybody. This is a news show. And on news shows, we talk about news. This is some big news, everybody. Tim Scott vows, what the fuck, not to overturn the election if he loses. This is a big news. Look at this. Senator Tim Scott vows not to overturn the election if he loses. So, I read this. Now, again, I took a 2-week vacation from the news earlier. I'm reading this, and I'm like, well, that's good. You know, I don't really know if there's precedent for senators trying to overturn elections if they lose. I'm not really sure about that. But apparently, Senator Tim Scott in his next senatorial election is not going to overturn the election if he loses. So that's good news. So let's read this. Let's find out some more information. North Charleston, South Carolina. Senator Tim Scott, who officially launched his... Oh, he's running for president. He's running for president! Okay, all right. I thought he was running for Senate, but all right. Bid on Monday has so far been careful not to put too much distance between himself and the former president, Donald Trump. But in his first interview since he jumped into the race, Scott made clear to NBC News anchor Tom Lamas. This guy's name is Lama. Can we talk about that? Lama. That there was one area where the two were very different. Would you ever try to overturn an election you lost? Lama asked Scott during the wide-ranging interview. No, Scott replied, noting he was at the Capitol during the riot. Like, noting he was at the Capitol, like, motherfucker, you're a senator. Like, no shit, you're at the Capitol during the riot. Like, where the fuck what was the other option? Like, are you in the Bahamas during, you know? And also, again, NBC News is kind of indistinguishable from Fox News in the way that they carry water and propaganda for the Republican Party. The NBC News team probably has a directive to never use the I word, insurrection. What does insurrection mean? You're trying to destroy your own government. Now, again, I am not gonna go out here and say that the government is good. There's totally a possibility that I would be in favor of a left-wing insurrection. But this was not a left-wing insurrection. This was an insurrection by neo-Nazis that were propagated by the Republican Party, right? So again, NBC News, they love Republicans. They love criminals. They love making sure that fascists are happy. Let's not call it the I word. Let's call it a riot. Yeah, a riot. Speaking with Llama for more than 25 minutes at his alma mater, like this is a term, like top 10 terms. Like if you ever say this in conversation, I immediately want to cut all ties with you, right? Alma mater. Like, first of all, not a word. Okay, it's not English. Now I know it's Latin or it's not a word, not a phrase, doesn't mean anything. Second of all, these are like trust fund baby college kids. When they, like, no one, like, even if you go to college, right, and you have, like, you know, you fall into this category, you don't ever say the term alma mater or mater unless you're a trust fund baby. Like, let's just be honest. Let's be honest here. Let's have this conversation. The only people that use this phrase are trust fund babies. That is it. Even if it applies to you and you're not a trust fund baby, you're going to be like, why would I ever say this, right? So again, anytime I see this, I immediately, trust fund baby, right? So, but anyway, there's no news here. I'm not going to read this. Who fucking cares about Tim Scott? I'm just doing some filler material. Maybe I'll pop up in the algorithm on the sidebar for a little bit of action in the YouTube shit. But anyway, apparently Senator Tim Scott not running for Senate. He's apparently running for president, and he's not going to overturn the election. So that's good news, right? That's good news, right? Ah! Ooh! Anyway, there you go. It's a new show. Courtney says that you've heard alma mater used amongst commoners. Yeah, those are like the trust fund baby, the temporarily embarrassed trust fund baby, right? Like, whoops, you know, I invested my trust fund in hot dogs and French fries. My bad, you know. But hey, I got an alma mater. Like, no, again, come on now. But you know, there's a lot of people that really, they love using that fancy ass lingo, you know. Tyler's trying to be, you know, like, don't worry, everyone. Tyler's going to college. Don't worry. Tyler's got to let us know that he is willing to pay people to teach him things he could learn for free. So shout outs to Tyler. So congrats. But anyway, let's keep going. This is a new show. I want to talk about some fucked up shit, man. Again, I took a 2-week break, so just bear with me here. I'm still catching up on a lot of stuff here. So, this was a story, I don't know if I heard about this. Again, I took a large news break, but this is a follow-up to a story that is a couple of weeks old. I may have missed it during my break. I don't know. But this is some insane stuff that we're talking about. Now, again, this is in the context of the United States of America. An autopsy cites neglect for man's death in a bed bug infested Georgia jail cell. Okay. Now, again, there's a lot going on here. So, autopsy, someone's dead. Someone was in a, quote, bed bug infested Georgia jail cell and died. Okay. Now, I'm thinking to myself, how did they die? Now, I'm just curious, right? Like, was it an unexpected medical incident, you know, like all the other black people that die mysteriously in police custody? They just like, whoa, the fentanyl got me. Or was he eaten by the bed bugs? Like, we'll find out. So, a man who died in a bed bug infested cell in Georgia's jail psychiatric wing died due to severe neglect. Now, neglect is a phrase I would use, when parents, sit their kid in front of the television for 6 hours. That's neglect, okay? Forcing someone at gunpoint, if you do not obey me, I will shoot and murder you, into a steel cage where you are hooking them up to some jigsaw type shit, that is not neglect. That is murder, okay? Like, do we forget what words are? Like, I'm just like, neglect? Like, what? That is murder, okay? If I take a gun, point it at your head, and say, get in the closet, or I will shoot and kill you, you will die if you don't do what I say. You get into the closet, whoops, the closet's made out of lava, you're dead now? That's not neglect. That is murder, okay? So words. I know a lot of people in the media especially, they don't know what words are. They never heard of them words. What the fuck are words, right? I don't know. Neglect is, again, your single parent sit you in front of the television for 15 hours every single day. That's neglect, okay? Pointing a gun at someone and saying, listen to me or die, and then you kill them anyway, that's not neglect. There's zero situations where neglect is a actual word that could be used here, okay? Now, again, I know this is legalese, right? Because the legal system exists in some fantasy world where, we can just say the words that don't actually mean what they mean in the English language. Yeah, we can't use murder here. We can't use killing because legally it's not sound. So we gotta say neglect because cops have qualified immunity and again, I know, but it's a fantasy world. Just ultimately, I need you all to understand law, the legal system is a fantasy world. It is one of the most outside of reality kind of situations that you can find yourself in, right? These people are insane. So I know, I get it. They're using the legal term neglect. It's still fucked up that we have to live in a world where lawyers they are forced, once again, at gunpoint. You might be wondering, what? Who's pointing guns at the lawyers? Imagine if the lawyers came out here and say, yeah, they murdered them. Well, yeah, then they're going to lose their case, right? So, again, you are forced by the system to use banal, tamped down language at all times so that people, they don't have such an emotion. Oh, it's not murder. No. It's neglect. Yeah. Anyway, let's get some of the information here. How was this person neglected exactly? LaShawn Thompson, 35, died in September. Again, died doing a lot of fucking work. Died? I'm just I don't know. I read books, right? I read books. I watch television. I play video games. I consume art. I have social conversations. I'm aware of the word kill, was killed, murdered, was tortured to death. Died? You know what I mean? Died, really? You ever see the Saw movies? Because that's what this is. I need you really all to understand. This is a Saw film, okay? And I'm not even saying that as a joke, all right? You lock someone in a steel cage where they are slowly eaten by bugs. Motherfucker, that is Jigsaw. But hey, it's actually worse than Saw. Because in Saw, the villain at least makes a puzzle out of it. If you solve the Rubik's Cube, you get out of the bug-infested fucking hell world. So, again, if anyone out here hasn't seen Saw, I apologize. For those of you that have seen Saw, these cops are worse than the mass murderer in the Jigsaw series of films. Now, I know I love making movie references here, but and we're going to use the word died. Died. I don't know, okay, if I tied someone up, pointed a gun at them, and said, I want you to drink Windex. They drink Windex, and then they get poisoned and die. Would I be like, they died. What are you gonna do? Black man died. Hey, cops custody, black man dead, hey. What are we gonna do? I don't know, man. Murdered? No. Murdered, killed? No, he just died. A medical incident. I don't know, maybe the bugs had fentanyl. Something. There was fentanyl. I don't know. He's black, so we'll just make something up. Because that's how our world treats these people. I need you to understand, this country does not view anybody as a human, right? But black people specifically are the, like, most targeted in these kind of, like, again, this fantasy legal system where you're allowed to just be murdered by the government, and they're not even gonna have the, like, they're not even gonna say, whoops, my bad. Like, that's the thing. Like, that's the fucking thing. Like, they're not even gonna say, oh, sorry, we murdered your friend. We murdered your husband. We murdered your dad, your son. Sorry. They're not even going to apologize, man. It's insane. Okay. Mr. Thompson was neglected to death. That's not true. He was murdered. Okay. Now, again, autopsy report written by a doctor, right? Now, what happens when you go to law school? What happens when you go to medical school? You are bashed in by the system. Words, they start meaning different things when you go to these 4-year, 8-year, 12-year colleges. You become less attached to humanity when you go to college for this long. I'm just saying, I'm just being honest with you as someone who was a high school dropout. People that get enrolled into these systems for so long, they get eaten alive by the system. This person was not neglected to death. They were fucking murdered. They had a gun pointed at their head and were told to jump into the fucking pool with the goddamn cement blocks tied around them. That is not neglected. That is murder. I don't know what the fucking world is that we're living in where that's fucking neglect. I'm sorry, man. I'm pissed off because I don't know, as someone that cares about words, I care about words. I think words are important. I think we should be using words accurately. We should be using words and the words that we mean to say. We shouldn't be, like, again, look at the Salem fucking witch shit, right? They would tie cement around random women who just had their husband die of typhoid like fucking 3 years ago, and now they're like a widow, and like widows are scary, they gotta be witches. So they would tie like cement around them and throw them in a fucking lake, right? And then they'd say, well, if they're a witch, they'll come out, they'll be alive. And if they're not a witch, well, you know, whatever, they're gonna die. That's not neglect! That's murder! It is murder! Again, I need you, I know, I've said this 38,000 times. This person had a gun pointed at them. If they refused to do what the people with the gun said, they would be shot and killed. I need you to really fucking understand this. Someone has a gun pointed at you, says, I will fucking kill you unless you do everything I say. They bring you to a location, put you into a torture device, and the torture device kills you. That is, I know, I'm triggered right now. It is not neglect. Neglect is not even remotely in the same category, okay? Neglect, like, if you were to have a Venn diagram here, neglect would be outside both circles. At a third circle, neglect would be nowhere near it because it's not an accurate fucking word to use here. Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway. The independent autopsy report lists the cause of death as complications due to severe neglect. Again, bullshit. It was murder. With untreated, decompensated schizophrenia identified as a contributing cause. What the fuck? You know, just language. Language matters. This idea... Now, I know. I'm not saying here that this doctor is necessarily... I know, because we live in a world where the medical system has a different version of the English language. The legal system has another different version of the English language. And we, actual regular people that speak English, are left going, huh? Right? But again, when you die with untreated decompensated schizophrenia, the language, what it's doing, is putting the onus on the person with schizophrenia. They died because they had schizophrenia. That is not the case. That is not the case. I'm sorry. That's not... Now, again... Was their schizophrenia a contributing factor in how they were murdered? Absolutely. But they did not die of schizophrenia. That did not kill them. They died because they were forced at gunpoint into a torture device and then were tortured to death. Schizophrenia, no schizophrenia, it's irrelevant. Now again, it's relevant in the sense that, yeah, it's even more fucked up that they could have treated his problems, but instead they decided to torture him to death for entertainment. Yes, but the idea that you would put that in the now again, I know I'm not saying the doctor is necessarily saying it's the guy's fault, but what I'm saying is just the way that language shapes how people, like how people interpret these things. Because I'm, people that don't watch my show, they don't read these articles, and if they do, they skim it, right? And the language seeps into their brain, right? That's how you see people that, like, seriously, they will actually argue that George Floyd died of a medical incident or whatever because they're fucking stupid and they don't know what fucking words mean, okay? Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway, a complication of dehydration, rapid weight loss, and malnutrition complicated by untreated decompensated schizophrenia led to a fatal cardiac arrhythmia. The report says because he did not receive necessary medical care or adequate food, water, and shelter. His manner of death is homicide. Thank you very much. I know, right? How many paragraphs? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 paragraphs in, we're finally going to use the fucking H word. Jesus, you can't put this in the fucking headline? Homicide! All caps, : on autopsy cites neglect for man's death, blah, blah, blah. Literally, it's homicide, murder. What is homicide? You intentionally killed another human being. Fuck. Like 5 paragraphs in, fuck. Finally, we get to use actual fucking words. Jesus fucking Christ, okay? My God. An earlier report from the Fulton County Medical Examiner's Office found no obvious signs of trauma on Thompson's body, but noted a severe bedbug infestation. It lists his cause of death as undetermined. Don't worry, everyone. Don't worry. The guys with guns investigated themselves. I know y'all are fucking like, whoa, what's going on here? Holy shit, we need to get... Don't worry, everyone calm the fuck down. The gangsters investigated the gangsters. It's all good. You're up here hollering and yelling and making a fuss. But what you don't understand is that these guys with guns who murdered someone investigated themselves and they decided, well, we don't know. I mean, really, come on now. Like, we're really going to bring lawyers into this? I mean, come on, right? Like, we're going to bring the medical system and the legal system? Yo, we don't know what's going on. We already investigated it, bro. Come on, man. The new autopsy confirms that this is one of the most deplorable in-custody deaths in the history of America, said prominent civil rights attorney Ben Crump, who represents the family. The family's lawyers and advocates gave credit to Fulton County Sheriff Pat Labbett, who has publicly called Thompson's death absolutely unconscionable. Now, this is the other thing. This is why I fucking hate lawyers. I fucking hate lawyers, man. Now, I know there's a lot of lawyers that may watch my show. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the legal system. Under I'm talking about zero. Not one, not like maybe a couple times in a lifetime, not on the bucket list, maybe once a year. No, I'm talking about 0. You never, ever gotta give credit to the fucking sheriff. Like, I'm sorry. No, you do not, in fact, gotta hand it to him. I'm sorry. No, you don't. The sheriff, who, by the way, also responsible for this murder, is like, well, I think they really tortured that guy and a little bit. It made me uncomfortable. Wow, bravo, sheriff. Bravo, sheriff. Labbett, who took office in 2021 and has long advocated for a new jail, has said Thompson's death shows that the current jail cannot provide safe and humane detention. How about this? Not any jail could provide safe and humane detention. That's not what jails do. Jails are torture facilities. That's what they are. There is no single possible way that you can make an argument that a jail or a prison is anything but a torture device. That is it. The entire point of prisons and jails is the exact opposite of safe and humane detention. That is why they shove people in concrete cubes so that they drive them insane for weeks and weeks on end. And then they say, well, they're insane. Sorry, we got to extend their sentence. Again, I need you to understand, if you are a lawyer and your client's brother, mother, or father, whatever, was murdered in a jail cell, under no circumstance do you have to say, you know what, who deserves some credit? The sheriff. Some credit? And also, can we talk about what the fuck is credit? Like, what is this phrase, gave credit? Like, yeah, you see this a lot, right? In media. Oh, well, I got it. I say it too sometimes. You got it. Oh, well, you know, I got to give him credit for that. Credit? What credit? What are we in fucking 3rd grade? You're giving this guy credit? What is the credit for? What does he use the credits for? What? You're giving him credit for doing nothing? And it's also like, you get credit for being a sheriff who's like, well, I think we need more jails. Because what is this sheriff saying? We need more jails. He's long advocated for a new jail. So the sheriff is like, we need new jails. The lawyer of the people, you know, whose family member was murdered by these jails are like, bravo, good sir. You get credit. You get credit. Now, I'm just saying, this is my personal opinion. I'm not trying to call, you know, the legal team for this family bad. I'm just saying the legal system, the way we have to, the way people feel compelled to. I wouldn't say we have to. No one has to do anything. But the way people feel compelled to say this kind of shit is insane to me. If I hired a lawyer to investigate my dead father, my dead brother's, you know, murder in custody, and this lawyer gave credit to the sheriff, I would immediately fire that lawyer, and I would make a huge press conference about how this lawyer is a piece of shit. That's just me, though. That's just me, okay? That's my opinion. I'm not in this situation at this current moment in time. That is my opinion. The fuck is credit? Why would anyone ever feel the need to say this, man? Like, it's insane. It's insane. He said in a statement Monday that he hadn't had a chance to fully review the independent autopsy report, that even before it was issued, it was painfully clear there were a number of failures that led to Mr. Thompson's tragic death. Now, again, this is the guy who got credit from the legal team. He got credit, right? I know. Everyone calm down. They got credit, okay? Bear with me. Painfully clear there were a number of failures. Now, language. Why would the sheriff say that there were a number of failures, and what are those failures? Was the failure someone going to police academy? Was the failure giving these people guns? Was the failure building the jail? Like, what were the failures? There were painfully clear. It's so painful. We just need to know that the sheriff is in mourning. The sheriff is really torn up inside at the idea of a dead black man in Georgia. The sheriff is so concerned, right? But what are the failures? Like, you can't just list them out? You can't list them out? You just say, oh yeah, there's a number of failures. A number. I know, man. I know. I'm already giving this way too much. A number. Yo, I can't. There were a number of failures. Could be 20. Could be 2. Could be 69. There were a number. Solve for X, everybody. There was a number. Fuck, but hey, don't worry. He got credit, so it's all good. He said he had already held executive staff responsible by asking for and receiving the resignations of 3 top staffers. Staffers? Staffers? What about the cops? What about the people that put them in the jail cell? Who are the staffers? Right? Who the fuck are staffers? Or, like, staffers is like Betsy in the back room who's, like, punching the paperwork holes through and get them in the binders, you know? Those are staffers. What about the fucking deputies who dragged this guy to a jail cell and fucking ignored him for days on end? But don't worry, everybody. The lawyers gave this guy credit. I remain committed to making sure the Thompson family receives the answers they need and deserve about the unconscionable circumstances surrounding Mr. Thompson's death. And yet, the previous statement, a number. You know, we need transparency, and that's why I'm out here to say, solve for X, motherfuckers. I'm not telling you shit. Well, don't worry. The family gave him credit. It's all good. You can read more of this if you want the gruesome details. I'm sure there's pictures as well you could look up. But man, oh man, like, just to be very clear with my positions, in summary, I hate America. I hate cops. Every single one of them, in my opinion, deserves a death penalty just for being a cop. You go to police academy, you graduate, that's fine. You become a cop, death penalty. That's my opinion. I hate cops. I hate the legal system. Now, again, not all lawyers. There's some great lawyers. Public defenders are great. I hate the legal system. And I just hate the media, man. Like, what the fuck? Like, are we going to use the word murder once? Are we going to use the word homicide more than once? Like, I mean, seriously, man. Fuck me. Shit's insane. Missouri AG withdrew anti-trans order. I'll look into that. We got some super chats. Andrew Kohler! $5. 1 out of 1. I don't think you understand how fractions work, Andrew. I noticed you put 2 super chats. So it would be 1 out of 2 and 2 out of 2? Hey, whatever. Toni Morrison's Nobel Prize acceptance talks about systemic looting of language. Quote, $10. Whether it is obscuring state language or the faux language of mindless media, bracket, ... bracket, whether it is the malign language of law without ethics, bracket, ... bracket, it must be rejected, altered, and exposed. I agree. Well, Tyler, I would say I'm anti-college, and I would also agree that we should make college great again. But college as an institution now, as far as I'm concerned, I think is trash. I mean, and I'm not trying to say that you should, I'm not trying to motivate you to, and I understand you, whatever. I'm just teasing you. It's just my opinion. We have a difference of opinion here. I'm more of an autodidactic kind of person, generally. And I also don't like people. So, it's just, you know, all those factors make me not like college. But if it works for you, it's all good. But we're talking a lot about bad news here. On my show, well, it's a news show, right? And most of the news is bad news. But on my show, we talk about a lot of bad news. And I want to shake things up a little bit. Okay? I want to talk about a good story. A heartwarming kind of story. And this is coming out of Kentucky, of all places. Officer down! Sheriff. Kentucky deputy shot! Killed! During traffic stop. Suspect identified. Now, real quick. Note how the media talks about cops being killed versus the story I just talked about where someone was eaten alive by bed bugs in a jail cell and starved to death. Now, just real quick before we get into this dead cop heartwarming story. A cop killed, murdered, dead. They got shot, killed. They got shot, killed. Oh my God, they got killed. They're dead. They were murdered. We gotta find them. Manhunt, manhunt, manhunt. Black man killed by the cops. Neglect, bro. It's neglect. So just throwing that one out there. Think about it. But let's talk about this dead ass cop. A Scott County sheriff's deputy was shot. But that's not it. And killed during a traffic stop on Monday afternoon. Scott County Sheriff Tony Hampton announced Monday night. The deputy has been identified as Caleb Conley. Stupid fucking name. According to the sheriff, Conley was shot during a traffic stop at approximately 4:48 p.m. on I-75 southbound. Officials said the suspect fled the scene after the shooting but was later taken into custody. Officials at the Fayette County Detention Center identified the suspect as Stephen Shang, 45. Officials said he was arrested in Fayette County as of 9 a.m. Online jail records do not show any charges stemming from the shooting. This is the guy. I mean, you know, I say this. Let him fight. Let him fight. I'm not going to go out here and say that you should throw your life away over a traffic stop. But if you want to, I have no problem with it. That said, again, just on the media. Right. Kentucky deputy shot and killed during traffic stop. Autopsy cites neglect for man's death. Just man. You know? Man. That's it. That's all we know about this guy. Man. You know, cop gets killed. Deputy was shot and killed. It's a deputy, man. You like deputies, don't you? Right? Deputies are great. I don't know, man. I just hate this world. I just thought I would shake things up with a good story for once. You know, people deserve some good news on their morning dose of news show. So if you live in Kentucky, go out there and celebrate one less Nazi patrolling the streets. So we got Lindsay. We got Rielon. We got Tyler, who should probably be heading to class any minute now. We got Andrew. We got Gary. We got Seth. And more. And more. Yo, Rielon, you dumb motherfucking shit for brains. Alright, everybody. This is the fuck Rielon hour. Alright? So, Rielon sends me a story. Now, Rielon sends this at 12:37 p.m. yesterday. Okay? Rielon sends me a direct message. This is the direct message. An Arizona man who called Border Patrol over undocumented immigrants on his property was shot and killed by Border Patrol agents. Now, okay, that sounds like a story that is right up my alley. But you know what's fucking crazy about it? Is I remember Rielon coming to my stream yesterday, right? And bear with me. The same stream, by the way, 12:37 is when he sent this direct message. I start my stream at 10 a.m. where I talked about this motherfucking goddamn story. I literally covered this yesterday. You watched the show yesterday and then decided, wow, that was a great show. Oh, wow, let me send Andrea this news story. I wonder what she has to say about it. Dumb motherfucker. Dumb motherfucker. So this is just, again, everyone say this in the chat. Everyone say it with me. Fuck Rielon, okay? What the hell is going on? We need a complete and total shutdown on Rielons until we figure out what the fuck is going on, okay? Jesus goddamn Christ. This is what happens when you watch the show at 2x, motherfucker. Oh yeah, I'm watching the show at 2 times speed. Woo, look at me. I'm surfing through the net. Yeah, apparently not. So? And then this guy has the audacity to come into the chat. This guy has an audacity to come into the chat to remind me. Like, I was willing to let it slide. Like, that's the thing. Like, I was willing to let Rielon, like, go look and see. Oh, wait, she already covered this and it's all good. But then this motherfucker comes into the chat and it's like, yo, did you see this DM? You said to give the video. God damn it, Rielon. Fuck. Anyway, let's talk about some fucked up shit, shall we? It's all good. If you want to DM me news stories, feel free though. Just you know, don't be Rielon. Oh, you were talking about the Tim Scott thing? Well, sure you were. You know what? Sure you were. Okay. I see what you're doing, Realign. Oh, man. Let's talk about some fucked up shit. I saw this clip circling. Does anyone have a clip? I know people love clips. You know, people like, they fucking freak the fuck out for clips. They're like, clip? Does someone say clip? Well, we got a clip here for all you ADHD havers that need clips for your stimulation. We got a clip of some really fucked up shit. You know? I watched this, and I was like, damn. You know? I got like a Max dog right here. Hey, Max. How's it going? What clip am I talking about? Holy shit. I'm talking about this. So there was a CNN interview with the chapter chairwoman of Moms for Liberty. Now already, whenever you hear the word liberty, it's some 1984 shit, right? Liberty is actually when we control what clothes you're allowed to wear. That's liberty. Oh, you want to wear jeans? Can't do it. There's too much liberty going around here. Oh, you want to wear a hat while you're in court? Sorry. I'm the chairwoman of Moms for Liberty. Not allowed. So the chairwoman of Moms for Liberty. Now, just again, what is liberty? Liberty is you get to do whatever you want as long as you're not harming anyone. Let's watch.
Behind your parents' back. I got your back. Behind your parents' back.
So it starts like in the middle of something, and she's talking about how she's got your back. I don't know who you is, but you is somebody. It could be me, could be you, could be this person on the camera. I'm not sure.
Back. I got your back. I mean, there's a clear move to bring more of that into our schools, and it's just not the school's place.
So are we talking about religion? They're forcing people to become Islamic or Jewish or Christian, God forbid. Oh, could you imagine if they were forcing kids to read the Bible in school? Fuck me. What is it, forcing people to stand up to pledge allegiance to a flag of a country that invades other countries for no reason and kills millions of people? Like, I'm just like wondering, what is in the schools that Moms for Liberty is so concerned about? I'm just curious.
So, what I feel like you're...
This music, by the way, is like some fucking Christopher Nolan ass shit. Like, you ever watch like fucking Tenet or something? Like, what the fuck is this music? Anyone hear that? I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. Like, fucking hell, man.
Strongly implying, and I would like to get your take on, because I don't want to attribute something that you don't think, but to me it sounds like you're saying there's some kind of high-level coordinated effort to make more children trans and gay.
Yeah.
Well, who's directing that?
Teachers unions and our president and a lot of funding sources.
Hey, just real quick. Not my president. I'm just saying, our president? You think Joe Biden is our president? No. Joe Biden, not my president, okay? Hashtag. But I need you really to understand, like, is this Mom for Liberty a neo-Nazi, like, consciously? Like, does she wake up and, like, praise Hitler? I don't think so. I gotta be fair. I don't think so. It's possible. I don't think so. But the real world difference between her and someone who would wake up and praise Hitler is nil. There is no difference. She is, in effect, a neo-Nazi who is promoting and parroting conspiratorial thinking that wants to engage in a genocide of certain people that she doesn't like. That's just what it is. A high-level coordinated effort. Joe Biden is trying to make kids transgender? Really? Joe Biden is directing teachers' unions to make kids transgender. Now, let's just imagine if that was true. Who cares? Who fucking gives a shit? But it's not true. I wish it was, to be honest with you, because it'd be kind of funny, but it's not true. But this made-up garbage upsets and triggers this precious little snowflake so much that she's going to say this.
And teachers' unions are also heavily backing the curriculum that we're bringing into schools.
Why would they want more kids to be gay and trans?
Because it breaks down the family unit, which breaks down traditional conservative values. It breaks down a lot of things in this country. It changes the way that people think. It changes the way that people handle politics.
So, point one, why is Joe Biden making kids trans? Because Joe Biden wants to destroy the family unit. Now, I got news for you. White Americans are already doing their best to destroy the family unit, okay? I can assure you, they don't need any help from Joe Biden. But I need, like, this dumb, stupid, fuckface whore is going on live television saying Joe Biden is making kids transgender so that he can break up the family unit. Like, I'm serious, man. Like, again, I don't think that she wakes up and does this whole thing, I don't know, like the thing that Christians do, in front of her signed copy of Mein Kampf, while she's like, flinging the 88s in the air. I don't think that that's the case. But she might as well start, because I feel like that's a hobby she would enjoy.
Of course, there's no evidence of a coordinated plot to make kids trans.
When I hear those thoughts about like some sort of concerted effort to make people gay, does it sound like a conspiracy theory to you?
It's not a conspiracy theory that the state, whether you're talking about Colorado or the federal government, is taking a stronger and stronger hand in public education, in raising our kids. So do I think that...
Okay, so Colorado has a Department of Public Education, therefore they're making our kids trans. Joe Biden's destroying the family. What? Okay. I'm just going to do a little fun here. Colorado. Okay. The Colorado Department of Education, founded in 2008? That can't be true. Okay, that's just the modern version. 1858. The state of Colorado decided we are going to take it upon ourselves to institute public education. 1858. But what we weren't taught in school is that there were actually time travelers from the woke future. Joe Biden, why do you think he's called Joe Biden 2? That's his name. Right? Like, think about it. You ever see the Terminator films? Okay. What's the previous president we had before Donald Trump? Barack Obama 2. Who's the current president? Joe Biden 2. Right? Why are we giving people names like they're like, again, you ever seen Terminator, right? So Joe Biden 2 very soon is going to send people back in time to 1858 so that they can install the transgendering of kids into the Department of Public Education. I'm just trying to figure out like what exactly this bitch is on. I mean, like is it some sort of hallucinatory compound of some kind? Like, I'm just like, what?
For some reason, people want everyone to be gay. That's a mischaracterization of what I think. I think that people... So do I think that for some reason people want everyone to be gay? That's a mischaracterization of what I think. I think that people will use, the people that want to erode away at parental rights, the left, the teachers unions, they'll use LGBTQ or whatever may be the case at the time. Those are just tools to erode away at parental rights. Behind
What? Okay. So teachers unions hate parents And so they're going to force kids to be trans because they hate parents, and they're using transgenderism to destroy the family unit and destroy parental rights? All right. I think this bitch is on some combination of either crack, maybe some LSD thrown in there. Maybe she's on, she is on some sort of fucked up super drug compound, or she's making this all up. Because I can't, imagine, a human being, it's one thing. Okay, just to be clear. It's one thing if some stupid Republican says this in their bedroom on Facebook. Okay? Just to be clear. You get invited on television. If I ever got invited on television, you know what I would do? You know what I would do? I would, I don't know, study the subject a little. I would make it clear what my beliefs are in a way that doesn't make me sound like a fucking Looney Tune. Like she had an unknown amount of time to prepare for this television interview. And she's just like, nope, fuck it. Let's just go in with the Joe Biden wants to destroy the family angle, because that'll get him. And again, Moms for Liberty. That's the other thing. 1984, motherfuckers, man. Liberty. Liberty. You're not allowed to be gay. It's liberty. Liberty is what's preventing you from doing things that you like in life. That's liberty. Freedom? How about the freedom to, be straight, man? Whoa, up top. I just, man, oh man, we got some dumb, fucked up freaks running around in the U.S. And they're going on TV and they're advertising how fucking stupid they are. So that's great. The fucking family unit. I mean, Jesus. Fuck me. All right, everyone, it is 11 o'clock. Normally, I would stop the show around now, but I have made a decision against my best interest to involve, no, I'm not involved, but I'm going to comment on some shit because I don't know how to start this one. So, a lot of people, again, I was on a break for the last couple of weeks, and I did my first show yesterday in a long time, and a lot of people have asked me to talk about, as they put it, drama. Okay, now, I looked into this, and drama is not the word I would use, okay? But either way, again, I was on a show a couple of weeks ago, and people asked me what I thought of this drama going on with the show. I'm going to be honest, I had no idea what the fuck they were talking about. I immediately went on vacation. I come back, and people are like, you have to talk about this. It's crazy. So I'm like, fuck it, fine. I'll look into it. A couple people, they sent me some videos, I'm like, you know what? I had insomnia last night. I decided to look into it. So I'm going to be talking about this Illuminati person, this YouTube channel called Illuminati. Now, I've never heard of this person. Now, I'm going to be honest. I went on a show that apparently she's a host on. I've never seen a single episode of the show in full. I've seen some clips, right? And I know I watch the other people's regular shows, except for one of the other people, but I don't know this person. But people kept asking me to cover it because apparently it's something that I should talk about. And I understand why now, okay? I understand why, because this is some fucked up shit. Okay, so I'm going to get myself some views. I'm going to get myself some ad revenue. And I'm going to jump on the cash cow known as the Illuminati drama. Now, again, I would not use the word drama here. Drama, to me, is, you know, like, I forgot to put away the dishes and, you know, there's like mold growing on it. I don't know. Like that's drama. Like that's just drama is like you know, I was supposed to go to your appointment and I slept in and I forgot and, you know, you were looking like a deer in headlights on stage because I wasn't there. That's drama. Okay. I want everyone to understand this is not drama. Okay. This Illuminati thing, not drama. I also just want to say, I don't care if this burns any bridges with any shows. I don't care. I don't give a fuck, okay? Because I was so personally offended by this, very personally offended, that I don't care if this burns any bridges. So if it does, fuck it, whatever. It happens. But I'm going to get myself involved because I want some free views and ad revenue. You know, I'm like, I could use some money here. So again, people sent me all these videos. I don't even know where to start. I'm not going to be reviewing the subject material. This is not going to be like one of those 5-hour videos where I watch everyone else's videos and then do my own 5-hour video on the end of it. Right. But I've got like this I guess you could say it's like a Cliff Notes version of the situation. But really, ultimately, I'm going to tell you, I don't care about anything other than like this one aspect of it. But in order to talk about this aspect of it that I personally think is worthy of cancellation. Yeah, that's right. Cancel. I'm going to cancel this bitch. You need to have some other context. So again, if you want the full story, I'm sure that there's 9,000 7-hour-long video essays that you can look up on Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter, and Tumblr, and all these other websites. I'm sure you could look them up. But here's a Cliff Notes version. So this streamer, who I've never heard of before going on this show, is called Illuminati. Now, this is a website. This is called fandom.youtube.fandom.com. This was sent to me as a reasonably neutral Cliff Notes, okay? Now, again, I'm not going to get into this whole thing. So apparently she had this controversy with Legal Eagle, who the only thing I've ever seen of Legal Eagle is his Better Call Saul videos. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm a fan of Legal Eagle. Never heard of the other bitch, okay? But apparently after this Legal Eagle thing, right, she made this video. Right? Now, again, this is what people sent me. People are saying I should talk about it because I was on this show or whatever. And you know what? Honestly, I wasn't going to talk about it until I watched the video in my insomniac, state last night. So she made this video. This is called Illuminati Exposed. Now, you can go watch this video if you'd like. Again, I've never heard of this person. I'm not going to lie to you. Like a month ago, I'd never heard of this person. I don't follow any of these people. I don't know any of them. I don't care about any of them. But in this video, you can watch this whole thing, blah, blah, blah. In this video, she apparently has like this falling out with like this collaborative network that she was involved with called Sad Milk. I think, let me go back here. Sad Milk? Which, now, as someone that likes names, I'm a huge fan of names. I love names. I think names can evoke a lot of Sad Milk. I'm just going to be honest. Like, that is the most Zoomer, cringy YouTube collab network I've ever heard in my life, okay? Wow. Sad Milk. Now, again, everyone involved, Illuminati and everyone else, The Click and all these other people, what the fuck were they thinking when they came up with the name Sad Milk? That's my first question, okay? But the reason why I have decided to talk about this one is because in this video, she admits, she posts a suicide note of someone sent someone else a suicide note. She stepped in and leaked somebody's suicide note and then proudly admits that she called the cops on this guy who was suicidal. Now, this is where I got so offended, I decided I'm going to make a video. Now, I could scroll through and get you the exact moment, but instead, we can scroll down to this drive file. Now again, okay, so for context, she's apparently making this video as a way to say sorry to the Legal Eagle, and in the video, she admits to calling the cops on someone and leaking their suicide note. So I just want to say this, as someone who is tangentially related to left-wing YouTube, I feel it is incumbent upon me to say that this person is garbage and should be excised from the internet, okay? That's just my opinion. Now, I'm willing, if she makes a follow-up and says, well, I called the cops on this person, and I regret that. I didn't know that calling the cops on someone who's suicidal could get them killed, whatever. I think, personally, that's attempted murder. If you call cops on someone who told you in confidence that they're thinking of killing themselves, as far as I'm aware, as far as I'm concerned, I view that as attempted murder, okay? That's just my opinion. You can disagree if you'd like, okay? That's fine. If she wants to lay out a 17-hour video essay on why calling the cops on someone who told you in confidence that they're suicidal is not attempted murder, I'm willing to watch about 13 seconds of it. But in this video where this is like, the thing about this that's insane to me is that like this is all like an unforced error. You know what that term is? An unforced error. Like you fuck up. But it's like, it's like, imagine like you're cooking, right? And you drop an egg. Damn, it happens. It's an error, okay? It's an error. But you know what? It's not really an unforced error. I mean, you gotta have breakfast, whatever. So it's an accident. Accidents happen. But this whole thing, to me, it screams, I need attention, and I'm going to do so in any way possible. So much so, I'm going to go into the fucking description. And now again, you can click this. I am not going to click this. But in her own description, she has a Google Drive link, which is like a shitload of private messages between people that are having mental health crises, where she is harassing and abusing them, and then later calling the cops on them. Now again, if you live in the United States and you have a gun in your possession, and cops know that you have a gun in your possession, and they know that you are having a mental health crisis, that is a death sentence in the United States. That combination of information is a death sentence. It always has been, and it always will be, unless cops are fully dismantled, okay? So, the way now again, I could sit here and do a fucking 18-hour react video. I'm not going to do that. So if you don't know the context, feel free not to watch. It's all good. So she basically created this collaborative network where she stole a bunch of people's livelihoods, forced them to live in a house with her to make shitty YouTube videos for a garbage YouTube channel. And then, all of a sudden, these people are not having a good time. She continues abusing them. And as they try to leave, she calls the cops on them after intercepting a suicide note, knowing full well that they have a gun and they're planning to use the gun to kill themselves. Now, again, is it a complicated subject? What do you do when you know someone is suicidal? You don't call the cops. I'm sorry. You just don't call the cops. You call a friend. You call a family member. You talk to them personally. You don't call the cops on someone with a gun and is having a mental health crisis, okay? So to me, that's why I'm making this video. That is the core point. Now, if someone wants to provide to me some example, some evidence that is entirely fabricated and that she did not call the cops, I'd like to see it, because she admits in this video that she calls the cops, and she also posts this Google Drive link of, just exposing people's suicide notes. That's to me, that's insane to me. So again, people have asked me to cover this. This is my covering of it. I think this bitch is insane. Now, again, I'm willing to listen to any possible defense. I'm willing to do that. But I say this, I don't know who this person is. I was apparently on a show where this person is a host. She was not on the show that I was on. That caused me to get tangentially involved in some, and I'm not saying that people are, sending me thousands of messages, but I'm saying, I got... I completely didn't look at the internet for several weeks, and when I came back, I had at least 10, 15 people saying, you need to talk about this, and in my little circles, having 50 odd viewers, that's a good percentage points, so I decided to look into it. And I just want to say, I don't care if I burning in any bridges, I don't care if I'm not allowed on any shows because of this video. I saw this video, I watched this video of her admitting that she called the cops on someone after exposing their own mental health crisis. To me, that's a cancellation. All right? That's a cancellation. So that's my opinion. If you want to watch a 7-hour video essay, go watch Demon Mama's 7-hour video essay. Go watch any other one of these people, these streamers' 7-hour video essays. I'm not doing a 7-hour let's react to someone else reacting to someone else reacting to someone else reacting to someone else's video where they react to someone else's. Like, I'm not doing that shit. That's not the game that I'm in. But I wanted to make a statement on this because I guess I'm tangentially related. I don't know. Not really. But I was also, like, less than that, more so. I was just so deeply offended that this person exists. And to me, honestly, this is indefensible behavior. So again, I don't care if I'm burning any bridges. This bitch deserves to be canceled. And I don't say that lightly. I'm a very lenient person, right? I'm a very lenient person. You can pretty much do anything and I don't really give a shit. But I draw the line at calling the cops on someone and publishing their suicide note to, by the way, 1.5 million people. Like, I'm just saying this, man. That is insane. All right, that is insane. Now, you can go into the nitty-gritty about why is she flying like 18-year-olds and 19-year-olds to her secret house where she is like buying them a bunch of gifts and then, like, you know, stealing all their shit behind. Like, that's a whole separate thing to me. That's not as relevant as attempted murder. Okay, the way I see it, calling the cops on someone who told you in confidence they were planning to use a gun to kill themselves, calling the cops on them is attempted murder. You shot the gun, and purely by magic, the bullet missed. That is how I interpret this situation. And to me, I just want to make it very clear, I do not allow this kind of behavior in left-wing spaces. Anywhere where I'm on, that is not okay. You cannot call the cops on someone who is suicidal. I'm sorry. Do not pass go. Get the fuck out of here. And again, this video, I just want to be very clear. Now, one of the other reasons why I'm making this video and instead of doing like just a sidebar is I want the ad revenue. There's 1 million views on this video. While we're in the market, let's make some money, okay? So I know that this video, people are going to click on it. They're going to be disappointed that this isn't a 15-hour video essay. That's fine. Whatever. I've already got their views. But you can search. There's a bunch of people involved. I'm not going to give you the play-by-play. That's not my place. I don't really know it. But this person admits in this video, I could have got the timestamp. I chose not to because I don't even want to post the suicide note on this video even for, like, it's gross, okay? She proudly says that, like, she called the cops for a wellness check. Now, talk about liberal landlord 1984 language. Calling the cops on someone who is suicidal is not a wellness check. That is attempted murder, okay? That is attempted murder. Once again, someone tells you they are going to kill themselves. Someone tells you they have a gun and they're going to use that gun. You call police on them. I don't know, man. Maybe you shouldn't abuse them in the first place. Maybe you shouldn't have gotten involved in their personal friend groups and gotten their friends to hate each other. I don't know, man. But the idea that you would call cops on someone who has a gun and is having a mental health crisis, to me, is absurd. Now, again, you can go into the nitty-gritty. She stole this person's shit. She stole this person's, like, YouTube play button, which to me is really funny. It's like, I can't imagine stealing a smaller YouTuber's YouTube play button. Like, to me, I don't know, man. Like, I saw that part and I was like, can you imagine that? Like, imagine you have 1 million subscribers on YouTube and you steal some little guy's YouTube play button, the silver one, you know, the one that's like the size of an M&M. Like, I mean, like, again, we're talking about some crazy ass bitch. So I want to make it very clear. Pending any, like, if everyone involved says we completely made it up for clout, then all right. You know what? You got me. You know, you got me. All right. If everyone involved in the Sad Milk extended cinematic universe says we made this up for attention, you know what? Respect. Fair. But outside of that, I just want to be very clear. I do not endorse this person. I don't want to be anywhere near this person. And please click on the ads. Am I allowed to say that? I remember that used to be against the rules. Never mind. Don't click on anything unless you really like the product. But there you go. So that's my opinion on the Illuminati situation. Unfortunately, I now know who this person is. And that to me, like, I am offended Less so about everything else and more so that people now that I know who this person is. I don't want to know who this person is. So there you go. So people were asking. There it is. Share the video, and I hope I get some money out of it. I definitely will. So there you go. Does anyone know if police are dispatched when you call 988? Is 988 the new suicide hotline? I know they changed it. Is that what they changed it to? If so, I have seen people say that they called the suicide hotline and had cops sent to their house. I don't know if it's standard practice. And I'm not saying that you should feel afraid to call the suicide hotline. I'm not. But what I am saying is I've read many accounts of people who have called the suicide hotline and have had cops sent to their house. So, to me, now again, I can't imagine calling. I've been suicidal. I've tried to kill myself. I can't imagine calling the suicide hotline. To me, like, I don't know. I've never been in that situation where I would feel, oh, I'm going to call this random stranger for help. I mean, I don't know. But I don't know if they still do. You know, I'm not sure. I don't know. I can't answer that question. Other than I know that they did at some point in the past. And so to me, a little dodgy. And again, I don't know if it's standard practice. It might literally just be like up to the individual agents that you get, you know, just Russian roulette style. But yeah, you know, if that gets me canceled or blacklisted from certain podcasts, you know what? So be it. Whatever. I don't even, you know, whatever. But I'm not gonna lie though. I'm very curious to see how the situation unfolds in the aforementioned podcast. I would like to see that. Just out of entertainment, you know, like, you know, all respect to everyone involved except for that person. But I'm sure it's going to be pretty entertaining, and I'll definitely tune in. Oh, nice. A Nazi flag U-Haul attacked the White House. Dude. Classic. I'm not even, like, that could be fake. It could be real. I buy it. A Nazi flag U-Haul attacked the White House. What else is new? But anyway, that's pretty much my show for today. What is today? Is today Tuesday or Monday? I'm taking Wednesday off, as normal. So, but I will be back on Thursday. But thank you for watching. I appreciate when people watch my show. I guess I don't know. You should be watching it. I think. I think it's better for everyone if you watched my show. But yeah, if anyone has any questions, comments, or concerns, Q-Cock. Post your Q's, questions, queries even. Post your cocks, comments or concerns. Feel free for a limited time. World Turtle Day. Shoutouts to Jonathan the Turtle for being alive during the Andrew Jackson administration, and he's still alive. So look up Jonathan the Turtle. Tortoise, even. A Nazi swastika flag during the search, but no further information on the flag was provided. Totally. No, I mean, it's a U-Haul, bro. That was like, that's my brother-in-law's flag. It's not my flag. Yeah, sure. I mean, I tried to kill Joe Biden because he's a liberal. But hey, the swastika, not mine. Definitely not mine. Someone just left it there. Purely coincidental. Oh. Oh, yeah. Now we're getting comfy. I don't know if anyone noticed. I got a new headset. Has anyone noticed this? Any of you people, I mean, you look at my fucking face every day for months on end. You didn't notice I had a new fucking headset? Are you fucking kidding me? No one pointed it out. I got 0 people. At least maybe I missed a message. 0 motherfuckers that I saw were like, oh, did you get... Yeah, I got some new headphones. And, you know, they're good for music. You can listen to music with these, you know. They don't have a built-in microphone that looks like shit and is annoying to deal with. And they're great. So, shout outs to the new headphones. You know, I can hear the clips in crisp HD. H. You ever hear these motherfuckers? H. You know? You ever hear that? You ever just like wandering around in life and then maybe you click on a YouTube video and some motherfucker is like H? My hair looks different. My hair is the exact same. I've done nothing to my hair. I have a new headset. That's it. It's the only change. Agnes T, do you think people should be platforming people like Moms for Liberty? Yes, but my opinion on talking to crazy people is I want to get something out of it, right? So ostensibly the point in talking to those people is to get them to, you know, tie the noose and to hang themselves in the intellectual fashion. And now again, you can't rely on that because most people are also pretty stupid. So when someone says crazy shit, a lot of people don't understand that it's crazy because they're also just fucking stupid, right? So you can't just let someone tie the noose and hang themselves. You have to ask them questions in certain ways where you can make sure that the audience knows that the person you're interviewing is a freak. That's my opinion. But you can, like, when you become aggressive in that kind of scenario, it goes from like an interview into a debate. And in my opinion, a debate is meaningless. Like once you get to that point where people have the headspace where it's like, oh, we're watching a debate and there's 2 sides, you've lost, right? Because that's, people are just, they're off in no man's land. They're fucking, you know, they're gone, okay? You can't get them back. But if you do an inquisition of some kind, an interview where your questions are tough, but not tough enough that the person's going to get offended and get aggressive, you know, but worded in a way where any onlooker could see what's going on, that is the ideal way to interview people or to platform people that are insane. That is my opinion. Because I think it's good to learn about the depths of crazy. But also you don't want these people to have free advertising. So that's my answer to that. We are you appreciative pupil. I'm sorry, lol. Nice headset, lol. Thanks. We are unappreciative pupil. Oh, well, that makes a little more sense. Thank you, Sparky Pete. You need to get people... Here's the thing. If you're interviewing a crazy person, the easiest thing to ask them is... Well, there's 2 ways to go about it. Where did you hear that? And if they answer in a vague way, you got to tie them down on specifics. And then also, why do you think these things, right? Because think about it. Most people, most humans, this is not just right-wingers, this is just people. Most people, they have a certain set of beliefs and they don't know why. Look at religion, right? 70 or 80% of humans on Earth believe in God. Now, a lot of them, if you ask them why, they'll come up with some stupid bullshit. Like, oh, Jesus showed himself to me on the mirror when I, like, they'll come up with, some people will. But a lot of people, you ever talk to someone who's like, you believe in God? Yeah, why? My dad. That's most people, but on every issue. right? I would say that is at least 51% of humans, but just on everything. Why do you eat the food you eat? Why do you have the hobbies you have? Why do you have the political beliefs you have? Right, so when you ask someone where they heard things from or why they believe certain things, you can get a lot of information on their psyche. And I think that that's valuable. So, anyway, this is the end of the Fuck Realon show. So just in case anyone forgot, fuck Realon. That's what should have happened with Nick Fuentes. I think Nick Fuentes, like him or hate him, I think he's too smart to platform. I don't think there are very many people, if anyone on earth, that could properly platform someone like Nick Fuentes. That's my opinion. I think he is a troll who thrives on attention, and just opening the door is already, like, you've already lost in that kind of category. Because I don't think Nick Fuentes believes anything he says. And he just says things for shock value to improve his own power, right? That's all he does. He's not out there trying to change people's minds into becoming neo-Nazis. He's out there to make sure every neo-Nazi on planet Earth loves this guy. That's his goal, right? So with someone like that, and that you could also say that with Trump. I don't know, man. I don't know. Sometimes these people, they're a couple steps ahead of you. And, again, like CNN, they are not capable. I don't think many people are capable of actually platforming someone like that responsibly. Well, I'm willing to be proven wrong. If God created a religion, it would be free and simple as your nose. Yep. Johnny Too Late saw and noticed the headset and said nothing. So, 0 points. E for effort. But yeah, I'm just kind of chilling here for the watch time. Trying to farm that watch time. Yeah. Come on, YouTube. Woo! Let's go. Look at that watch time, baby. Look at that. I am getting paid from the watch. Oh, there's more. Oh boy. Look at these. We got fat fucking stacks. Piles of money on this watch time. Wait. Oh my god, you just saw motion blur, but it's real. It's money, and it's totally real. And I got it from you watching the show. Thank you all. Have a great day. That's it. That's all I got.